So I did my country on Chad, and I chose this country because I was honestly having a hard time trying to choose one, and then I stumbled across this one, and I haven't heard it before, and I did a little bit of research before I actually made my decision on it, and I found it intriguing enough to share. So a look inside Chad. Chad is one of the poorest countries around the world. There are about 15 million people in Chad alone, and it's going up. And the weather is extremely varied, and so not a lot of people want to live there due to a lot of reasons, but the weather is one of them. There are lots of droughts and floods and storms, and it just makes it hard to harvest food and have it as a constant production. It's just kind of hard to rely on that. This kind of brings up a new topic about living in Chad. More than half of them are actually starving. And the expectancy for a newborn is about 50 years old, unfortunately. And Chad is located in Central Africa, next to Nigeria, Sudan, Libya, I think, Cameroon, and Central African Republic. And you can see it's next to, you'd think it's Niger, but it's actually Niger, because Niger is, the language for them is the French language, but then Nigeria has the adopted English language, so that was just kind of interesting to me. I found that out when I was trying to look up how to pronounce these words. And the languages spoken in Chad are mainly French, Arabic, and English is becoming more commonly used. French and Arabic are the official languages. They are recognized by the commerce. And speaking the French and Arabic language became known as the business language because they have to do a lot of trading in that area or region because they're so poor. So they kind of had to get together in an unspoken rule, basically. And due to trades often happening, majority who lives in Chad, they kind of need to know a little bit of both. Although it's kind of hard for some people to know both, which kind of leads us into another topic. Oh, and this guy, he's so cute. He's all smiling and happy. And Arabic versus French. So there's been a lot of kind of problems and obstacles for people who only speak Arabic. Mostly they have more of the problems. French kind of have it too, but not really because I don't know. But there's a high demand for bilingual and French speakers in that area. Because Arabic is required to be taught in Chad's schools, French speakers often were bilingual and had more of a chance to be that compared to Arabics. And due to many companies and bigger markets, they want certain people, a certain language. These people are Arabics, mostly. They're, limited to available job openings. And this, again, contributes to Chad's people being poor. And not many people want to live there. And oftentimes, French speakers are most likely to, get a well-paying job, whereas Arabic speakers have to, make their own under-the-table money by doing individual work or have to make it a self-owned shop. And they're mostly self-employed. And continuing on, Arabic versus French. Because there's not very many job opportunities for non-bilingual or non-French speakers at a really young age, a lot of people who are still in school, they have to basically decide if they want to invest in like entrepreneurship or big businesses and companies to make more money, and it's just solely based on if they want to take the extra step and take another like language class and become bilingual. But that's like really hard for some people. Maybe they don't have the time at that moment. And then research shows that there's like a higher percentage and chance of Arabic speakers being self-employed compared to like French and bilinguals. They tend to have an easier time finding job opportunities. And about 93% of Chad's Arabic speakers are self-employed. Yeah. It's just kind of sad that a lot of these Arabics are having a hard time for this because their native language is Arabic. And it's just kind of sad. But yeah, and there's my resources.